Good morning. How is everyone doing today? We have an exciting live stream today because I think that I just stumbled across the next arbitrage opportunity. You saw how Solana went crazy not that long ago, went from $8 all the way up to $130 per coin. Well, I just stumbled across one, an indicator for why that might have happened, and two, the next one that it might happen to. So stay tuned. We're going to have an exciting live stream today. We're also going to trade some of the markets. And we're going to call out what's happening in Bitcoin's price trajectory in the short term. We trade on the minute candle here. And we also are going to go over the 4-year cycle, my favorite thing in crypto, the Trollolol line. So, hopefully, you guys are excited for today's live stream. It is a Thursday morning. So, let's go ahead and check everything out and see if we can't grab some liquidity from this market. Let's get right into it first off. And remember that I am still streaming from my parents' basement. And so I have my one laptop screen and my phone screen right here where I can see that MK is already in the live stream. Shout out, MK. What's good? Welcome, welcome. So Bitcoin has been going down all day today. Yesterday it was a bullish day. Today is a bearish day. We're pretty much inside of a crab market right now, just on a short term, right? A short time scale. So if we do a 15-minute chart, you can see that since we had that final push up to 44,000, 44,500, which was coincidentally a major liquidation zone, a major zone of liquidity in the market, we've just been chopping sideways, kind of having an interesting volatility contraction zone. So if I go out to the hour, I think you'll see it a little bit better. You'll see that we have pretty much just been like chopping right at this resistance level, right at 44,000. But every time we've been dipping, we have not been going as far down, which generally in a bull market for Bitcoin tells me that we are setting up for the next break up. We went over this yesterday, so I'm going to save my breath there. We don't need to continuously go over it every single day. That is until it begins to break up. But for the time being, Bitcoin is going down. So if we're going to take a trade today, I have a feeling it's going to be a bearish side trade. So shorting the market. Let's go look at some of the liquidity and then we'll scan over the altcoins and I'll tell you that arbitrage opportunity that I stumbled across already. I'm excited to share it with you guys because I think it's going to be an extremely fruitful endeavor if we can actually get in and identify it appropriately. So they're refreshing that liquidity zone right now. Here we go. Currently speaking, there is a lot of liquidity right above Bitcoin. So I always, when I'm on this liquidation heat map, I'm always checking the top zone here when I'm trying to day trade because they have all major exchanges listed and each of these bars represents an area where there's a lot of demand, a lot of supply and demand happening in these price ranges. Bitcoin being at the green dotted line. It's bearish, which tells me that we would likely continue downwards, but most of the volume is sitting above Bitcoin. So we got to be careful and looking for a reversal on that pattern. We could still continue downwards towards that 42,000 like $200 area. We could still continue to go down there, or we could find a reversal at some point and head backward upwards towards that 43,200. It's all just a matter of where Bitcoin wants to go. If you look kind of at this larger time scale with this is the same map as this, just vertically instead of horizontally, you'll see that there is a lot of demand for Bitcoin right under 45,000 and then a little bit right above 45,000. And then another strip has appeared all the way up here at about 48,000. So keep an eye out because we might head to 48,000 for that next rally upwards. But let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin right now. So I would say we're going to draw a line all the way down here at 42,200 because that's where the liquidity below Bitcoin starts to dry up. So if we're going to have a reversal, it's probably going to be somewhere around there. But you have to keep a close eye on it because who knows? Bitcoin does whatever it wants. So if some random tweet comes out, some random news article comes out, we could get a complete reversal. What's good, Crypto Dream? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully that bot notified everyone in the Discord that we're live because I've not been doing it recently and I'm nervous that it's not doing it as instantly as I do it. But either way, let's skim through the altcoins now. Let us skim through. So Aave had a large push at the beginning of today. Now this is the UTC time, so for me this was last night. Aave started having that large push. I think 7 o'clock my time. The day switches into the next day, but it's UTC time, so you have to go by that. Aptos looking bearish. Arbitrum looking kind of bearish. Pretty bearish. Bitcoin bearish. Ethereum has just been chopping sideways. A little bit tighter on that VWAP, so we might get a good entry point for Ethereum, but it's looking like it's holding up. It's remaining strong. We got HBAR, Matic. Matic is not something I'd look to trade. It's chopping in between the VWAPs, not respecting it at all. Quant is staying above, kind of, but again, similar to Matic. Solana is having a large retracement. That's actually a pretty sizable retracement if you look at it. All the way, let's zoom out just a hair. You go to the hourly. So we peaked out at 126 according to TradingView, and it's already down 20%. So if you've been waiting on dips to buy Solana, yeah, it could continue to retrace even further, but the previous retracements have been about 20%. Solana's just like, I don't even know. I have mixed feelings about this one because I don't feel like it should be pumping like this, but my feelings are irrelevant and it's continuing to pump. I have suspicions that this has something to do with SBF. I'm not gonna lie at all to you guys. It's the only thing in the market that's like a major cap coin like this that's going crazy like this. So I have a strong feeling that something fishy is happening beneath the surface because maybe SBF and his backers need some money, and where they still hold a massive supply of Solana, it could be that they're funneling in and kind of just trying to boost the price up to grab some liquidity. I'm not sure. That's pure speculation. Don't take that to the bank at all. I literally wouldn't take that anywhere. I'm curious what you guys think, but I'm going to show you guys an opportunity in the market here, okay? Because before Solana started going crazy, before Solana had this run up, we saw something very suspicious happen to Solana as a function of the Grayscale Solana Trust, okay? So if you did not know, Grayscale has about 17 different cryptocurrencies which they have created trusts for, which you can trade on the market. It's not on the NASDAQ, it's not on the same exchange that the wow. It's not on the New York Stock Exchange. So it's not on the same exchange that the Nasdaq or the S&P 500 is, or Tesla or Apple. All of those are on one specific exchange. You can think about like Binance versus Coinbase versus Kraken versus any exchange that you could think about in crypto. The traditional stock market has that as well. They have the New York Stock Exchange, which is probably Binance, like Binance's equivalent, but they have these OTC exchanges in which smaller crypto, or not smaller cryptos, smaller companies can trade on, and smaller exchange traded funds. Now, these are the equivalent of an exchange traded fund, just not on the New York Stock Exchange. They are EPFs, I believe, or I forget the abbreviation. Let's look it up. EPF versus ETF. It might not be EPF. It is EPF. So they're different products that you can trade on the stock market, just different versions of the stock market. Got it? FTX clearing books, low key. There's so many fighting powers trying to get more, who knows? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with it. But what happened right before Solana took off is that the Grayscale Solana Trust took off. I don't think I have a chart here. Yeah, we do. Look it, they even did it for you. They charted Solana's price action before Solana started rallying like that, which told me personally, like, hey, this thing, the trust started going crazy. It went all the way up to $84 while Solana was still only $11.60. And then it had that massive rally up to $200, and I think they're even rounding it out. I thought it was higher than 200, while Solana was still only $20 per coin. So that told me that there was institutional demand for Solana, right? Because institutions are going to go to the stock market rather than the crypto markets. So the stock market equivalent went crazy because there's supply and demand at play still. The supply of Grayscale Trust for Solana is different than the actual supply of Solana because this is just a derivative. The Grayscale is just a representation like an IOU. So people were flocking to Grayscale to buy those IOUs before they went to the market to buy those Solana the coins in order to make up for that IOU and actually make it equivalent and ease that arbitrage. Makes sense, right? Everyone's following along with that because I'm going to make a conclusion here that's going to be very exciting for some people out there. Let me take a sip of my energy drink while I wait for you guys to inform me if I'm making sense to you guys, if you followed. This is the kind of information that I believe gives us, as those investors, the edge in the market versus just normies who flock into stuff and end up buying the top as exit liquidity. Solana's up 100 Solana's up almost like more than 1,000%. And I saw people in a Discord being like, Solana hasn't moved at all. Um, should I sell? Like, what should I do? And I'm like, bruh, Solana hasn't moved? Are you joking? Are you joking? It's just the impatient people. So these are the types of things that we pay attention to see what's going to happen next. Because I don't care what happened, I'm curious what's coming. And what I have discovered is that the Grayscale Chainlink has started going bonkers. It's up at $68 per share, while Chainlink's sitting at $15 per coin, right? Let me go look at make sure that Chainlink's actually at 15. It might not be the craziest, it might not be the most linked. Yeah, Chainlink's at $16 and the Grayscale fund equivalent is at $68. So the exact same thing is happening, albeit to a smaller scale, or perhaps just to an earlier scale, because the prices are actually pretty damn similar. So I'm just saying, pay attention to Chainlink. If you have some link bags, institutional adoption is showing like the institutions are looking like they want to accumulate some Chainlink here. And so I have a strong feeling that Chainlink's about to go on a crazy rally to make up for that arbitrage scenario. So I think if there's a good short-term bet to be played, it's Chainlink. And on top of that, Chainlink is a phenomenal project. Chainlink is like an actual investment, in my opinion, that you could make and like expect some kind of monetary I feel like I should stop that sentence before I give financial advice. What type of time frame might low leverage? Yeah, you can gamble with it if you want to with the leverage. It's probably a good bet to be honest. Let's see how long it took Solana to do that. So Solana had its at halfway through October, Solana and their Grayscale equivalent were not crazy arbitraged. There was that gap showing that institutions liked Solana more to like but it was holding that gap, right? It was holding that spread. It's kind of doing the same back here for Chainlink, and that was in October as well. Chainlink's ETF has or EPF has started going crazy. How long did it take Solana to move is what we're asking, right? So about 2 months. For about 2 months this has been playing out, and it looks like it's continuing to play out even more. It's like it's getting that second wind. And so Chainlink has had that discrepancy for a while as well, but it really started going crazy back here at the beginning of November. So for the past month and a half, Chainlink has had that discrepancy, and this move is going crazy right now. So perhaps over the next like 2 to 3 weeks, we might see another leg up. Because even this price representation is not accurate to what Solana actually is. So I think we might have to go look at Solana. That was a good question. I didn't think about the time frames that this would be playing out at. Let's see. This was a pretty crazy run. It lasted for a month. And it went from halfway through October until halfway through November. So then we come back to the grayscale and just take a look. Halfway through October through halfway through November. It coincided pretty perfectly, not gonna lie. So I imagine that it's gonna start playing out here, like right now. Yeah, I have a strong feeling that this is about to break to the upside, like violently. The grayscale for Chainlink just went from $50 to 68. So that is about like a 15% move. So if we were to assume a similar type move from here, I guess it only brings us up to like 20 bucks. But we have to, that's why you got to pay attention and keep an eye to see if it continues that move. That's not what I meant. To continue that move. Because however high this EPF goes is going to impact the price of Chainlink because they have to go get Chainlink. Like it just shows the insiders. What price can Sol retrace down to if it does any more? $90 question mark? Let's go check it out. I'm probably also going to do a low leverage trade on Link here because I think it's just like too beautiful not to. It's got too good of a story. Let's see. So it's at $98 right now. There's not really anything right here on a charting perspective to stop it and hold it for support until it gets down to about $75. If we go look at previous prices, right? So the only other time that it spent any amount of time here at this price range, it found support down here at $78, right? You guys see that. We bring this same line all the way over here. Gonna bring it up a little bit. I don't think it has much support at all until it gets down to 78. Maybe you could make an argument or a case for it to try and bounce right here due to this previous jumping around. And we're on a daily chart, so I would look for a daily candle. I would look to see if Solana reverses back and holds this line that I just drew as support. If it does, then this is probably the area of support. If it does not, then I believe we'll probably see a good retracement down to $80, $75, somewhere in that zone, which is a pretty substantial shorting opportunity. There's always the opportunity as well that we get like a an engulfing candle. So we have this one candle come down and close. We really need to see where tomorrow's candle closes as well to know if it's coming down here. But you run the risk that tomorrow's, like today's candle closes down here. Tomorrow's is a 10% move downwards. And then more than half the move is already over before you get in, right? So then it's like you got to take somewhat of a gamble and have conviction in which direction you think it might end up going. Good morning, Johnny. Thank you for the question. Real staying humbled. Shout out Real staying humbled. Shout out Johnny. Coinbase 2024 article mentions DPIN, but not DSI. That's how I know we're early. I don't need Coinbase to tell me what I already know. I already know DSI is going to be effing massive. I don't need them to write an article to tell me that because their opinion is kind of irrelevant to me. They're just other people like us who just have opinions. So their opinion is completely irrelevant to me. Would be cool to see it in the article, but truthfully, the less people talk about it right now, the more I can accumulate at depressed prices. And then when they actually realize what's going on, then they can come run in to buy my bags and be exit liquidity for me. Because I'm actually out here paying attention to what's going on. Molecule, one of the things that we talk about a lot in decentralized science in the whole realm, because they have their hand in everything. They have their hand in every DeSci project for the most part, every DAO out there, has received $20 million in funding. They're getting an insane amount of funding. BioXYZ, I didn't pull it up, but BioXYZ. Oh, let's see if we can find it. Why did ZYX? Get out of here. I'm training AI as I do this. This CAPTCHA is me training AI. What did I do that triggered it? BioXYZ. Maybe they don't have a Crunchbase just yet, but I know that they've also gotten an egregious amount of funding, and they're going balls deep into DeSci. There's a lot of money flowing through. FTW, let's go. Never seen a press and hold before. Me neither. That was the first for me. That feels very easy for an AI to do. Good morning, Matthew. Now that I have all of you guys here chilling with me, let us take a moment to hit that like button. Thank you. The giveaway that I have on X, the giveaway that I'm doing here, 2100 gene giveaway. It's about $42, I think. I haven't checked the price actually. The price is going up, I think, so it might be even more. Yeah. Oh, dope. Let's go. The price is up 22% today, which means it's way more than $40 now. Now it's $50. Now it's $50. Um, Wait, I want to see actually how much is it because I could tweet about that and get more traction. Stop. 2100 times 0.02331. It's $50 giveaway now. I'm gonna do an update a little bit later and be like only 24 hours into the giveaway and now it's 50 bucks. So shout out everyone. What was I gonna say? Oh, this giveaway. I'm gonna poll the winner on 1/1/24. So we're gonna do a live stream on that Monday to start off the new year. And I don't know how. I think I might offer to double how much I'm giving away if we hit a certain threshold. Like if we can cross, I'm gonna say if we cross 30 people in the live stream as a peak, then I will give away double. And I'll do a second giveaway to everyone in the live stream who's there. So if we hit, I'm gonna say 30 people in the live stream for next Monday, I will do a second giveaway, but specific only to the people in that live stream. So your odds of winning are extraordinarily higher. So make sure you tell your friends to show up to that live stream, god damn it. Everyone's gonna be hungover and drunk, so there's actually almost a 0% chance that it hits that 30 people. If I really think about it, everyone's going out to drink on New Year's Eve. So if I do a 9 a.m. morning live stream, I'm probably gonna be hungover as shit. You guys are gonna be hungover. So I might change the I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I'll stand by it. I'll stick through with it. Tell your friends. Pump up the likes. Let's go, Connor. You can just give it to me if you want. Do it Tuesday. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Oh, I don't know that I can do a poll right here. Ooh. I don't know that I can do a poll right now, but I'm asking you guys, what do you want? Monday or Tuesday? Which one would you guys like? To announce it on Tuesday, I think is probably better. Because 9 a.m. on New Year's Day, people are not going to be happy. I'm curious to see. I'm actually very excited to see this discrepancy on the grayscale funds. So it went from $31 up to $200. So 200 minus 31 equals divided by 31. So it got a 5.4x. And just, yeah, a 5.4x. And then Solana's price from 1016 went up. Well, it was only up, like, this is where it peaked out. It went up 200%, but it went up 430%. So literally the exact same. So the amount that Grayscale ran is the amount that Solana ended up running as a function of the percentage. So if we look at Chainlink to see that Chainlink's Grayscale ETF went from $15 to 68. Let's see. We get 68 minus 15 equals divided by 15, a 3.5x, so 250%. Let's go to Link. Let's see if Link has already ran something like that. I don't think it has, but where would it take us? We did it from the beginning of October. the beginning of October. What did I say, 250%? That way of measuring it brings Chainlink to $27. So it's at $16 right now. We could see Chainlink run to $27, I think. I'm going to say we could. That's where I'm going to go with, all right? $27 for Chainlink over the next month or so. I think Chainlink's about to have a massive rally. People are off of work on Monday, which is why I think we could do it on Monday, because then people are actually going to be there. The first is my middle child's birthday. I'll do what I can. All right. All right. If Dream's not going to be there, I'm not doing it on the first then. You do what you want. I think it's. Oh, we will be here regardless. Shout out, you guys. I don't take any percent if it isn't 420. LOL. I love that, Steve. I love that for you, Steve. My computer's getting angry. My computer's getting angry. Oh no, I accidentally left something open. Let's see what's trending. No, I don't want to look at what's trending right now. Alright, I did it anyways. GBTC. Is GBTC doing it as well? I had all these up, but I didn't. Yeah, let's see what GBTC is like. Did you guys know that there were this many EPFs? Alright, GBTC, why you at $36? So there's not really a discrepancy here. There was a discrepancy previously. GBTC did not go down as much as actual Bitcoin did, right? No, wait, it went below. It went below. Okay, so this was inverted. We saw more people were scared of Bitcoin. Actually, this supports what I've been saying for quite some time here. Did my mouse just die? Okay, well, mouse just died, guys. This actually supports what I've been saying for a minute here, because the Grayscale Bitcoin Fund was hurt more and didn't run up as high as the actual price of Bitcoin. And that's because people want to short Bitcoin. Large institutions who don't understand cryptocurrency are bearish on cryptocurrencies, specifically Bitcoin. I don't even think that they have the intellectual ability to conceptualize what Solana or Chainlink is. And so they just short Bitcoin, keeping the price depressed. Now, recently, we're seeing adoption for Bitcoin go through the roof, right? From institutions. And so now that gap is starting to change. But Grayscale's fund is still below Bitcoin's price because there's still pressure for Bitcoin to go down when you look at TradFi, which is why I think that the moment that ETF launches for Bitcoin, we know it's going to pass. We just don't know exactly when, right? They have the decision on January 10th, so hopefully it passes on January 10th in 2 weeks. Tomorrow's the last day for them to update anything in the filing. As soon as that launches, Bitcoin's price is going to tank because there's so many people, and this is evidenced by this chart, waiting to short Bitcoin because they think it's garbage. They think it's a Ponzi scheme. They think it's greater fool's theory. It's going to fall. I will literally stand on the mountaintop and fucking scream that to people. You're smooth brained if you don't. You're smooth brained if you don't agree with me. There, I said it. So many tabs. My computer would hate me. That's not even a lot of tabs. This is pretty modest. And I only have one window open, too. I could be going crazy with Windows. That is my birthday. The ETF will be delayed again and everyone will take their profits. Oh, God, no. Oh, yeah, my mouse is dead. Let's look at some of the other products. Are you guys curious to see if there's a discrepancy in basic attention token? I don't know why Grayscale is choosing like actual garbage to post to make EPFs about. Not that I hate the BAT token with the Brave server. I use Brave, so I have some BAT tokens, but like out of everything they could have listed, why are they doing that? Why are you guys bullish on basic attention token? Alright, maybe we should be bullish on basic attention token. It's literally doing it as well. It just did it too. Maybe BAT's about to go for a run. That's crazy. That would be pretty nice. We got Bitcoin Cash. Do you guys own Bitcoin Cash? If you guys see one, put it in the comments and I shall click on it. But I just am curious. Decentraland Trust? I want to see that. No, no, not DEFG. Mana. Alright, at least they don't see the bullishness for Mana. I want to own Mana, but I'm like not super bullish on Metaverse this cycle. I think it'll do well, but I think it's grossly early. We got the Grayscale Ethereum Trust. Same with Ethereum. People are bearish on Ethereum. In traditional finance, I expected this to be way higher, but people are bearish on Ethereum. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. What the hell is Horizon, and why does it have a trust? Smart contract platform, X Ethereum fund. That's kind of cool. Private placement only, so you got to be careful. Oh, they don't have anything to track it against. But smart contracts are going crazy. Wall Street wants smart contract platforms. Wall Street wants smart contracts. Zcash, Stellar Lumens, Solana. I think I have some Lumens. Let's go check it out. All right, so they had a little bit of a rally, but did not hold through with it. They're getting a little second wind here. So maybe longing Lumens here, maybe longing some Stellar coins could be decent, but not as good as that Chainlink one. Yeah, these are baby moves. I'm saying that link. As I'm editing, you can't believe. You say can't believe people are bearish on ETH. LOL. I can't. Everything is built on top of ETH. It's like the tech is trash. We all know that. We know the tech is trash, but it doesn't change the fact that like when you enter the market, you look at Bitcoin. You see it's crazy expensive. You look at you understand what a smart contract is. You go to Ethereum. Maybe some people are going to Solana now. And if gaming picks up a lot, then people will go to whatever chain hosts those gaming platforms. Most of them are on Ethereum. Most like almost all of DeSci is on Ethereum. It's just even if it's trash, it's still just where everything is being built. I don't like not having a mouse, guys. Hmm. Let's see. I also wanted to go through the Trollolo line. I don't see any trade setups today, guys. I don't see anything that I enjoy looking at. Uh-oh. My phone just glitched out. Have you looked at CSPR? I have. I don't like it at all. Let's look at the charting, though. I don't... I'm sure it'll do well during the bull market, because everything does. I don't like this coin. I think that it's gonna suffer from a lot of dilution, and I think it's gonna not pump as hard as people expect it to pump. It's up 4% today, so shout out them. Oh, that's nice looking. Look at the market cap is going up, right? From June of 2021, the market cap has been going up. It's actually up from 150 million to 500 million. So that is like a little over a 3x. The price from June of 2021 is down about 75%, almost closer to 80%. So the market cap is increasing, meaning that the adoption of that is going up. Whatever their goal is working. They are making progress and becoming a more valuable protocol, more valuable chain. I don't think it's actually its own chain, but I can't remember right now. It's becoming more valuable, but the coin price is going down. So people who put money into it, their thesis is coming true, but they're not getting rewarded for it because they're not paying attention to the tokenomics. So if the tokenomics of something are actual dog shit, it doesn't matter if there's adoption or not because it's not going to go up in price. And with that being said, there's going to be people out there saying, oh, but I made money because I bought it down here. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you. You made a 100% move. That's spectacular. Everyone who made a 100% move by timing that perfectly is doing wonderful for themselves. There are other options out there, guys. There are other options out there which don't have dogshit tokenomics, which will also yield you 100% returns. Not quant. Look at that. Pretty much everything in my portfolio, like half of the stuff I'm holding in here, have yielded 100% returns. And we just got into some of this other stuff. So, I don't know. I don't like Casper. I like Caspa. Caspa is my dog. $8.99. Let's go. We're only one away from 900 subscribers on YouTube. Let's go. I've been sitting on the sidelines in my rollover IRA, waiting for GPTC to reach 30. Patience is being tried. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. 36. Are we going to experience a 20% correction in the price of Bitcoin? Probably. But do we run up another 20% before we experience that? Who knows? That's been the argument the whole time. Like everyone knows we're going to experience a pullback, but it's just a matter of where do we experience it? Like when? I fully expected us to experience that pullback here. I really did. I thought we were going to I had sold some of my stuff and I was in some shorts for short-term trading. I got stopped out because I'm not like when I'm sober, I'm not a terrible trader. So I got stopped out and I just took my L and then made it all back while we were running. But I really did expect us to come down. I thought the pullback would be here. The ETF news launched us up to here. And then a lot of people started shorting here. And then they got squeezed out. And now we're all the way up here. And so it's like, we all know it's going to have a pullback eventually. It's just a matter of, does it go like this? Do, 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 do. And then that is like a 20% correction. All right, a 15% correction. Or do we continue this run for a little bit? Do we like chop sideways for a little bit and then go scoop doo and then come back down? And then this would be a 20%. This would be probably a 10-15% correction. Yeah, you know? And then we correct to a point that's higher than what we currently are at right now. Who knows? No open trades. Lo siento, senor. I don't see any good trade setups for myself right now. And so I'm not going to force anything just to trade for the sake of trading. I am bearish on Bitcoin for the day, but only down to like 42,200. So if we get down there, I'm looking to see if there's going to be a reversal because I don't think that we're going to have that correction right now. They provide edible smart contracts that Solon and ETH don't for big business. What are you saying? Oh, CSPR. Yeah, that's awesome. And it looks like based off the market cap, it looks like it's working, right? Based off the market cap for CSPR for Casper, like it looks like it's working, dude. They're gaining traction. They really are. Back here in July of 2021, it was only a $50 million market cap, and now it's 500 million. So it 10x'd from there. The value of the entire protocol 10x'd from there. From 7/19/2021. If we go to 7/19/2021 here, the price was, come on, 6 cents. And now it's 4 cents. So the market cap 10x'd and the price went down 50% on the coin that you would get to invest through. It's just not my cup of tea, you know? I don't want to experience something that goes up in value by 1,000%, yet my means of investing into it went down by 50%. That's dilution. I'm not shitting on you for it. If you think I'm wrong with it, all the power to you, you know? Make your own decisions. If you think I'm wrong with my assessment here and there's something I'm missing, then hell yeah, make that money. I'm not going to make that money, but you should make that money. DAG. DAG. DAG's kind of cool. I like the idea of DAG. I just don't have any money in DAG. Very, very niched down into DeSci. We saw some crazy run up last cycle, and now we're having a good push up right now. CRISPR has some strong tech too. Partners are all lined up. Now they just need an actual DApp. True. I sold all my bags a week ago because I didn't think this rally would be sustainable, but now I'm feeling the FOMO. It's tough. It is very tough. I toyed with the idea of selling everything multiple times at this point, but I'll show you why I have not yet sold it. What's kind of like causing me to have some scaredness in myself. I'm having FOMO on the flip side, right? I don't want to sell it because of really this reason. I don't want to sell anything because of this reason, but I'm probably going to in the next like week or two. I'm probably going to trim down to about 40% exposure to the market. Right now, in my portfolio challenge here, right now I'm only, what is my percentage cash? I'm only 13.4% cash. I'm probably going to bring this up to 50% plus in the next 2 weeks or so. Meaning I'm going to take a lot of profits off the table because I'm getting a little bit sketched out. But the reason I don't want to sell anything is because we're early, guys. We are early. If you look at this cycle, this is the Trollolol line. This is the Bitcoin Rainbow Regression channel, which I don't know that I've showed on this. I show it on TikTok a lot because TikTok is easier to appease with colorful rainbow charts. But if you look, this chart is how I was able to predict the bottom pretty much to the exact month. Like pretty much exactly, I was out there on social media telling everyone that November and December was the bottom for Bitcoin. And I got shit on so violently. But I stood by and I was doing live streams every day on TikTok saying, we bottomed. We bottomed. You should buy. We bottomed. Like, this is it. And everyone was laughing at me. But we were in the bottom of the channel here. And more importantly, if you look at every single halving, right? These blue lines represent the halving for Bitcoin. Everyone's always like, after the halving, we go on the bull market. If you wait, after the halving, the bull market starts. It's like, cool, but when did we bottom? You know? When did the bull market, like, actually start? When did we bottom? Was it at the halving? Or the first, in 2012, did we bottom at the halving in November of 2012? Or did we bottom a year before that in November of 2021? Yeah, that's interesting, huh? We did. We bottomed a year before the halving in November of 2021. Or 2011. Sorry, not 2021, 2011. What about the next halving? What's the halving that took place in 2016? Did we bottom in, oh God, I'm not good with my months, July of 2016? Or did we bottom about a year before that in August of 2015? You can make an argument that we bottomed a year and a half before that, right? But regardless, a year to a year and a half before, we bottomed. What about 2020? What about the halving in 2020? Was this the bottom of the market when Bitcoin was at $9,600 in 5/8/2020? Or did Bitcoin bottom a year and a half before that at $3,000 in 2018, at the end of 2018? That's interesting. So then, Is the bottom of the market going to be at the halving in 2024? In April of 2024, when we have the halving, is that going to be the bottom? Or do you think the bottom could have been 1 to 1.5 years before that in 2022, at the end of 2022? It's just like, it's simple observation. It's simple pattern recognition, guys. So I don't want to sell my Bitcoin because this whole phase right here before the halving is minuscule compared to what happens after the halving. Every single time, this rally is nothing compared to this rally. I don't want to miss out on this rally, but I also don't want to just take profits right before the halving because, like, I feel like we're going to have some sort of correction. I do think we'll have that correction as we do every single time right around the halving, right? Correction, correction, massive correction. I do think we'll have a little bit of a correction. I just don't know when exactly it's going to be. And I don't want to get left on the sidelines because I sold everything right before the halving, you know? Is that a long-term indicator? It is in some regards a long-term indicator. It's one indicator though, so you can't use this to depict everything that you do in the market because it's literally just a rainbow regression channel. So it's one indicator, but you should pair with multiple other indicators. Um, the CBBI index is a good tool that I like to use. Colin talks Bitcoin Bull Run Index. Shout out whoever Colin is. I've never seen his content or anything, but I use this a lot. This takes into account 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 indicators, one of which is the Trollolol line, this thing. This is the rainbow regression channel. And this tells you kind of like where in the market cycle we are. A low score on the CBBI means it's time to buy, we're at the bottom. A high score means it's time to sell, we're at the top. And really, anytime it's gone above the halfway point here, above 50, it's been a decent time to take some profits, right? It did it back here when Bitcoin was peaking the previous cycle in like 2019, 2020, and then it went crazy during that euphoric stage. Ooh, we got multiple messages. Does the 100 to 10K portfolio live in a tax advantage location for profit taking? I live in Florida, so yes, I don't pay income tax. Can I be frank for a second? Absolutely. We are not early to crypto. It is almost 20 years old, and although meme coins and stuff are new, crypto is getting old, and no one has figured it out yet. And I don't feel that's negativity, it's truth. I disagree with your sentiment. I agree with what you're saying. I disagree with your sentiment, your conclusion. Bitcoin is 15 years old, 14 years old, so I see that it's starting to get older. Yes, but like just objectively looking at the global adoption, if you think this is going to become a global asset class, how many people globally use crypto? If you look at it as a global adoption function, there's still a vast majority of people who have never used crypto. The global crypto market had about 300 million users. I only know projections are that by the end of 2025, they're expecting about a billion users, which is only 1/8 of the world. So 12% of the world to have experienced crypto. I only know that because we're doing numbers and projections for Blocks, the company we're starting. I get your sentiment with it. We're not like crazy early like the people early days were. But as far as like investments and making money and everything, most people are not involved in crypto. And on top of that, looking at the Bitcoin Trololo line, we're early into this next cycle. So a lot of euphoria is likely going to come into the market during 2025, and we're early in this cycle. Not as early as we were back here at the beginning of 2023, but overall, I I hear you, I disagree. Is that a long-term indicator? I already said that. Steve, I respect that opinion. I differ in it thinking. While it's been around, adoption in the industry, taking out several. Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Search for crypto. The lack of regulation has hindered the adoption a lot. I definitely agree with that. If we could get some regulation, it would be pretty nice, actually. There was something else I was going to do as well, but global technology adoption rate. Let's see if we can find some. This is exactly what I was looking for. This is how long it usually takes for new technology to be adopted. It's not going to zoom in. We got power steering, the microwave, all this stuff. Do you think that we're early days in AI? I would say we're approaching, well, no, as a function of percentages, like we're beyond the innovators and we're like on the tail end of early adopters. We're getting into the early majority phase, which I think will be the end of this decade and probably through the 2030s before quantum computers then comes out and we have to change away from blockchain and go to block DAGs or something like that. But block DAGs are barely coming out anyways. I don't know. That's the thing. And that like isn't good when I say I don't know as someone who's trying to generate a following and generate an influence because when you say that it doesn't like hold as strong as someone like Ben Armstrong who will say I know definitively the exact day that Bitcoin is going to top out at. And then a bunch of dummies are like, "Oh, I must follow him. He knows exactly what's going to happen in the market." It's like, "No, he doesn't. He's fucking stupid." He doesn't know exactly what's going to happen. He's just saying things to get you to follow him blindly. And so when I admit that I don't know something, there are a subcategory of people who respect it and join, just like you guys. But the vast majority of people are like, oh, he's not smart, and I couldn't follow him. But I'm just being frank with it. I don't know if we are. Maybe you're right. Maybe we're in the late majority, and this is just a little bubble phase that we went through, and it's all going to be over soon. But I don't think so. I think we're still early adopters. This whole tech. We literally just got DeSci moving. All right. Let's see if you guys have any questions. Otherwise, I think I'm going to go get some food. If the ETF is approved, adoption will hit a new high, for sure, without a doubt in my mind. I know I keep saying the ETF is going to cause the price to go down a little bit. That's in the short term. Long term, the ETF is literally going to be the driving force for Bitcoin to probably hit up here. Like, we're likely going to hit pretty damn high. And if I go, this is what we'll end it off on. If you go look at this Trololo line indicator, you will see that I need to zoom out a little bit. You will see that in each cycle, what is going on? In each previous cycle, Bitcoin peaked out at the top trend line here. So in the first cycle, we peaked out at the top trend line around $6, which is crazy. The second cycle, we peaked out at the top trend line at $800. The third cycle, we didn't quite get to the top trend line, but we peaked out in that top red zone at 19,000. And then last cycle, we peaked out right in that trend line below the red one, so that orange one. So we got that sell, seriously sell area. So if we extrapolate out one more and assume that maybe we don't make it as high because diminishing returns, maybe we only go to this orange trend line sometime at the end of 2025. That would put Bitcoin's price, if we made it to that orange trend line, the FOMO intensifies area, around 190 to 250,000. I feel like that's a little bit high, so I'm going to go even one trend line below that to this, is this a bubble question mark? This light orange trend line, this one. That puts the price of Bitcoin at the end of 2025 sitting around 150 to $190,000, which I think is perfect for where we top out at. We're currently sitting at 40,000, 45,000-ish. We have a lot of room to run. And our altcoin portfolios will do work. This is a new high today. I thought it was crazy, MK. Guess it's happening to me too, Steve. The stream ends and I have to re-click the video. It's so weird. Yeah, the internet's probably cutting in and out. Your time's your most valuable asset. Hopefully, this was worth investing into. I will see you guys for tomorrow's live stream. I appreciate each of you guys being here with me.